Hey, howdy, hey, friends and neighbors, Scott here. And a while ago, I made a Facebook post about beating the heat naturally, without air conditioning. But I thought, I might have been a little minimalistic on that. I might have missed a few things. So I thought I'd make a little video and cover the subject. So here's how to beat the heat with herbs and stuff. First of all, the stuff. Physical strategies. Of course, drink plenty of water. You may want to get some electrolytes in there. You don't have to drink Gatorade. Gatorade has a lot of sugar and it has artificial colors and things. But a few electrolytes wouldn't hurt if you're going to be sweating that out. And sweating is your body's primary way of cooling down. I know nobody wants to sweat. We all want to be dry and perfectly clean and comfortable, and we don't want to admit that we're humans and we perspire. But that's what our body does. That's a natural and healthy, correct function. Human bodies do gross things. Human bodies poop. Human bodies burp and pass gas, and we sweat. And it's the way that we cool down. So drink water so that you can cool down. Also, harness the power of the shade. Shade is great for cooling down. Last week at church, we were all outside, and because of all this COVID shenanigans, we were outside to talk. So we weren't all we were grouped up outside instead of being grouped up inside. And I thought, man, it's hot out here, and got to looking around and realized I was the only dummy standing out in the sun. Everybody else was in the shade, so I moved into the shade, and I was completely comfortable. And shade works for you, and it works for your house. If you have some trees on the west side of your house, it can protect you from that harsh afternoon sun and help to keep your house cool with less air conditioning than it would take otherwise. Of course, trees don't spring up, instantly. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, and the second best time is to plant one today. And wear a big old hat to keep the shade off of you, to keep from getting sunburnt. My favorite hat has a big wide brim all the way around, and it has a flap that goes over my neck for extra protection. And time your work. Early mornings are the best time to be outside in hot weather because it's the least hot time. You have light so you can see what you're doing, but the heat hasn't built up. Late in the evening is usually okay too, but sometimes in the heat of summer, even in late evening, it's hot. My silver bullet strategy right here is the shower. Showers, a cool shower, it always works. I try to get my wife to do this. She doesn't want to go through the trouble. I don't want to go in there and get a shower and then get out and then dry off. She just wants to be cool right now. But if you don't have time or don't want to go take a shower, if you'll just splash water on your arms and on your face, and then stand in front of a fan or under a ceiling fan, it's amazing. I'll do the whole shower. A cool shower more than a cold shower, because a cool shower will still let the heat be pulled out of your body. If you take a cold shower, that can signal to your skin that you're going to lose too much heat. Now your skin doesn't know that you're just going to be in the shower for a few minutes. All your skin knows is its temperature receptors are getting low temperatures, and when it gets temperatures that low, it needs to conserve heat because it doesn't know it's about to stop. So it will constrict the blood vessels there that run right under the skin, and that will prevent blood from the core of your body to come out there, and it keeps you from cooling off as efficiently. So a cool shower doesn't trigger that, and it allows the hot blood from your core to come out to your extremities, up to your skin, and then be carried away by that cool water. And then go out and stand in front of a box fan or under a ceiling fan, and it's like a crisp, cool autumnal morning. It's wonderful, and it works every time. So the next thing you want to do is acclimate your body. And our bodies are amazing at acclimatizing or acclimating to all different kinds of things. Humans are tremendously adaptable. But first of all, I want you to listen to your body, consult a doctor, all the legal mumbo jumbo, all the things where you don't try to blame me if you go off and do something dumb. So don't, use your own good common sense. Don't give yourself heat exhaustion or heat stroke. So there. So the best way to acclimate, you're going to have to spend some time in the heat. And I know it's uncomfortable and it's miserable at first, but if you're going to get outside of your comfort zone, if you're going to stretch your comfort zone, you can't do it from inside your comfort zone. You have to get outside of it a little bit. I know that air conditioning makes everything very comfy, but it's also kind of a curse. Because if you spend all your time in a climate-controlled workspace or home, and the temperature never strays too far, too high, or too low, then your body doesn't build resiliency to those temperatures. Your resiliency is limited to that narrow band of temperature. And when it goes just a little bit warmer or cooler, you're automatically uncomfortable. So you have to get out in the heat a little bit first. And vigorous exercise is the fastest way to adapt. In heat, or it works in cold too. But doing some type of hard work, something stimulating to the body while you're in that environment, well, it gets your juices flowing. It jump starts that adaptation. And some of the things that you do to adapt to the heat. One is your metabolism will slow down because you're trying to lower your core body temperature, and that might not be so thrilling if you're trying to lose weight, but that's one of the adaptations. Another thing is you will your perspiration. You'll perspire more, but it will be more watery. So your body will conserve the electrolytes that you need for muscle function, for heart function, and so forth. So your sweat will be more watery, and it makes it evaporate faster and cool you off more efficiently. You can also eat local seasonal foods, which applies to foraging, or it applies to things in your garden, because the plants in your area are living through the same stressors, the same environmental stressors that you are. If it's a hot summer, the plants will be making adaptations as well, and you are what you eat. Now, whether you take this at an energetic level or a biochemical level or whatever, you're still going to take that in from the plant. So, I don't care what your philosophy and your beliefs are on this, it's still going to work. So eat the local plants that are living through the same environment you are, and you will inherit through ingestion that fortitude. Okay, we've talked about the stuff. Let's talk about the herbs. And there are a lot of different herbs. And in herbalism, we have herbal energetics. And there are a bunch of different ways at looking at herbal energetics. But one of the most common is to look at the temperature and the moisture. So you have warm and cool, and you have dry and moist. And so for beating the heat, you might assume that you would want all cool herbs because we want to cool off. But it depends. It depends how it's achieving this cooling effect, whether it's through blood flow or metabolism or some other effect. So an herb that affects your blood flow, like to the surface of your skin, if it's a warm herb, like spicy foods, any of the spicy foods, peppers and things, are great herbs to cool you off. Ironically, even though they're warm, their energy is warm. And peppers are very obviously warm because you eat them and your mouth feels warm, and you start to sweat, and your body, your skin feels warm. And the reason your skin is feeling warm is because your body has opened up all your blood vessels, and the heat, that hot blood from the core of your body, is going out to your skin layer so that you can sweat and you can radiate that heat off, and you can get the heat out of you. So you feel warm because you're flushed with heat at the surface, where all those thermoreceptor, the nerve cell that detects temperature, all of those register increased heat, so you feel warm, but you're actually your net effect is to cool off. Now, on the other hand, if your herb, if the cooling effect has something to do with metabolism, so like if you had a chamomile or lavender tea, right? Those don't exactly suppress your metabolism, but they're associated with rest and relaxing, right? Things where you start to slow down and calm down. And those would tend to have a slowing and calming effect on the metabolism as well. It's slowing you down. So those type of cooling herbs would also be helpful. And again, ironically, a hot chamomile tea could help cool you off, because the chamomile is going to help calm you, which can have a slowing effect on the metabolism, the calming you down. And the heat can have a diaphoretic effect, or to bring sweating and bring the blood flow to the surface. Just hot water is diaphoretic. That's more effective though in a dry environment. If it's arid and dry, the evaporation is much more effective. If you're in a very humid environment, it might not do any good to make you sweat more. So you may just want to rely on the cool showers, or drink some more ice water. So let's see. We said warming herbs, spicing food are a good warming herb. For cooling herbs, you might want to try peppermint topically. The reason peppermint is cooling isn't exactly the blood flow or a metabolism issue. It's an analgesic effect. It has this cooling chemical sensation. It's tingly and it's cooling, although to my knowledge it's not actually significantly affecting the temperature of the skin. It might be, but to my knowledge it's not. It just feels very cool. And you can use a peppermint tea and spray that on, or if you have an essential oil, that would be a great choice. It's very effective. And those are the ways that you can beat the heat with herbs and stuff. I hope you enjoyed the presentation. And hey, it's shameless plug time. Why don't you visit me over on patreon.com/foragersguide, where for the low, low price of $1, you can get access to ebooks, early videos, and other goodies. You can jump on with the $1, just get your goodies, and then cancel, and it's not going to hurt my feelings if you just want to try it out. Or, if you want to pay some more money, there's more goodies and more options that you can look at over there. And there are quite a bit of things that are free over there, too, if you just want to check it out. Anyway, thanks for watching. I will see you on the next video. Bye.